Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to create a short program which will delete files, but it will skip over folders, so it will only delete files. So what we do is we come into Perl here and we're going to create a subroutine. The subroutine is called del files, delete files for short. Let's just make that look better there. Let's go there. So we're going to create a path. What's my folder called? I think it's called D. Okay, so I'm going to create a path using a scalar variable here and assigning it to that path. So this path is actually on my desktop. Users mark desktop. And the folder that it's in is D. There. You're going to have to find out what your desktop path is, because it will be different from this one. This is my own personal desktop path. So we want to be inside that folder, D folder, so we do it by using chddir, which is change directory, and we're going to change into that path there. So now we will be in that particular folder, D folder. Now we're going to come down and we're going to loop through the files and folders in there. So using for each, my scalar file, that's going to loop over them. And what we should have done first of all, before we do that, I'm going to create my an array here called files. Assign it to glob, and then we're going to type in the path here with a little asterisk there. Okay, so that's going to put all those files and folders into an array, and then we're going to loop over them. But what we do is, first of all, we want to delete empty files, so we want to make sure that they're empty. So this is going to be scalar file size, and we're going to assign that to 0. Okay, we come back down onto the for each loop here, and we just add the files in there so we can iterate over those files. And what I forgot to do, I'm going to have to go back into here. I've got AAA in here. Let's just put some content in it. So let's save that. Okay, that's some content in there. So that's not an empty file, but BBB and the other ones are empty. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to use a conditional called if. I'm going to use a little F flag here, which is for file, then scalar file. This is the variable that's going to iterate over it, the file. And we're going to do the flag S here for size of the file is equal to the file size, scalar file size. So you will remember that the scalar file size is 0. So when we're iterating over the contents, we're going to check if it's a file, and we're going to check if the size of that file is equal to the file size, which is 0, which means it's empty. Then we're going to print a message to the user and tell the user exactly what is happening. So this is deleting, and then we're going to interpolate the file into there, so it will print out the file name that we're deleting. Okay, so deleting that file, and we do the deletion process by using this here, unlink in Perl, and then we enter in the scalar file there, and we can add a little error handler on here just in case anything goes wrong. This is simply a generic error handler, and we're going to type in a generic message, error deleting. So error deleting file. Okay, so we've done that, and now we're going to have to use, if that's not the case, we're going to have to use a catch-all, which is else. And we'll come down here, and we're going to print out a message to the user, print the scalar file is either not empty or a directory. Okay, now all that's left is just to call this program del files and to save it and then to run it. Okay, let's run it. Okay, let's have a look at that. Let's see what we've done, because it's a very, very fast. This is what I like about Perl. It's very fast. So a.txt is either not empty or a directory. That's the one that we put the text in. Deleting B, deleting this one. Okay, and these are folders here. So let's have a look at the results. Let's go back to there. So let's have a look. It didn't delete that file because that file wasn't empty, and it didn't delete the folders. So there we go. Bob's your uncle and Fanny is your auntie. I hope you enjoyed that, and remember, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscription button below, give it a big thumbs up, drop me a comment, and I'll catch you in another video. Bye bye.